everyone, I'm Becky.
I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are talking about Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, which I got off of Edelweiss.
Same.
So this book is about Jaya, who is the eldest daughter in one of the royal families from India. And her family has kind of been having a little bit of scandal in the press. And so the family's astrologer suggests to her and her younger sister, who is the cause of the scandals, that they go to a boarding school. And it's in the United States, right? They're talking about Aspen, so I'm assuming, yeah. I don't think I've actually said that. In the United States, called St. Rosetta's.
I guess you're right. It was definitely in Aspen, so it was definitely in the United States, but I guess I kept thinking it was in Britain. I don't know why.
Because Gray was English. But yeah, because I kept, waiting for them, but... I mean, I know where Aspen is.
Well, because a lot of the people attending the boarding school were kind of global, and for whatever reason, I just always imagined that, if you got international students coming together in one place.
In the UK.
It's obviously in the UK.
What?
Which is weird.
But Jaya has another reason for wanting to go to St. Rosetta's, because Gray Emerson, who is the youngest heir to her family's, arch nemesis family, goes there. And so, hundreds of, over 100 years ago, almost 200 years ago, his family stole a secret ruby from her family, and her great-great-great-great-great-grandmother cursed his family, and the last heir, which would be Gray, is going to basically...
When they talk about the great-great-great-grandmother cursing him, I always think of holes.
Okay. But Gray is got a bad fate because of this curse, and so Jaya doesn't really know about the curse as much, and so she's gonna go and seduce him and make him fall in love with her, and then she's gonna break his heart. And so they get at the school, and things kind of change there, and it's kind of a Beauty and the Beast thing from there.
Oh, it's totally a Beauty and the Beast.
Well, it is totally a Beauty and the Beast thing. I liked parts of this book.
I know, I'm waffling back and forth.
I had a hard time with this book.
I feel like I enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed it more than I did the first book that I read by her.
See,
I did enjoy it.
I liked When Dimple Met Rishti better. I was not a fan of With Twinkle with Love. But I loved There's Something About Sweetie, and that was her last book that I read, so I was kind of I went into this da-da-da, I'm going to be like that. And I felt like the characters weren't as dynamic in this as her other characters.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand with this because, I do like Gray. I like how she describes him. I like who he is. And he's definitely beastly, but he's unique enough that he can stand on his own.
Well, and as I read it, I could picture this being a movie.
Yeah, and I like what she did with the rose in this one.
Right.
How the rose, so it seemed like she definitely fitted it to, the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, at least that's how it felt to me. And so the way that she dealt with the rose in this book, I thought that was, unique and interesting.
Right, and it tied it all back together.
Right, and then, then you've got, your Lumiere character and your Mrs. Potts character and stuff, and, those still worked, and, if you didn't really think about it, you could not notice it, but then when you thought about it like that, you got it.
Well, this is the first book in a series, and I'm gonna keep reading. But this is far from my favorite book by her.
I can agree, but I think it's a fairly solid Beauty and the Beast retelling.
I think my problem, and maybe it's just because we had the arc, it felt like a rough draft.
Maybe. I guess I just needed more from Jaya.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
It just, for some reason, it wasn't, it was good. It just wasn't firing on all cylinders good.
See, but, and, the thing is, even Jaya had a spark, because, the thing with this book is she uses a lot of million-dollar words.
Yeah.
But, it makes sense because they're royals. They're affluent. They would use those kind of words in everyday speech patterns.
And not just even because they're affluent, but, because Jaya had spent her whole life, training to take on this role.
See, but...
And so she was polished.
Right.
Even as, a 17, 18-year-old, she was very polished because she knew she was going to have to be polished.
Well, and a lot of other times that I've seen this in other kind of books, just in general, it doesn't fit.
You're
it's irritating.
Not so great.
This one, it worked. It really did. And it shocked the heck out of me because it never works.
See, and I didn't even really notice it, so apparently it did work. Because usually I'm they wouldn't know that word.
Yeah.
I don't know what it, I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it.
I think there's room to grow.
I'm going to keep reading.
This is a great start. I do.
Right, because I'm assuming all of the other books, because there's supposed to be 2 more books, are going to be based at St. Rosetta's. And I want to revisit. I want to revisit the characters, and I want to revisit the world, but I won't revisit this book. Like, I won't read this book over and over again. Because, like, there's something about Sweetie. I was, like, looking on Audible, and I was like, I might listen to it, because I read it. I'm like, that might be fun.
I mean, I'll definitely recommend it.
Yeah. I would, yes. We should rate it.
Okay.
So our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I'm at 3 unicorns.
I'm at a solid 3. It was entertaining. There's potential.
You know what? No, I'm gonna go with 4. Like there was some serious potential here. I'm going with a 4. I'm gonna be generous. I'm going with a 4.
And that is where we are with Of Horses and Kisses. And we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.